Hey.
Yes? May I help you?
Yeah, I heard y'all niggas is hiring. What's up?
What's good to the tribe? It's Wanaghi. Wanted to drop off an interview to you guys. One thing about me, I like older interviews. It kind of relates to today, especially old American Indians or old originals or just people from the Americas giving their point of view about the times. This interview here is with Dick Gregory. Rest in paradise. He drops a lot of jewels and gems. And let's see if you guys pick them up. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to people that are gonna watch this later. I wanna give a big shout out, and we're gonna dodge all hijacks, to the channel that I watch a lot, reelblack. And I'm gonna put the link of their channel in the description box. Make sure you tap it and check it out. Awesome channel. And like I say, we dodge all hijacks. But definitely go back on a lot of these older interviews and catch the gems that they're dropping non-stop. And it still holds preference to the time today. What we're going through, what's happening. But let's get it.
Race is a big issue right now. There's a lot of conversations being had about race and justice and injustice. I mean, you've been on the front lines of this. In the last interview, you say you apologize to white folks because they're not the real white folks.
Yeah, they're not. The Ku Klux Klan don't determine public policy. The most powerful businessmen in the world is white Christian businessmen in America. They don't wear crosses. You can't find a poor person that got a cross on. They don't wear no crosses. You know? But how can you call yourself a Christian with a gun and the Bible in the same house? I mean, think about that. The most powerful human being on this planet is my mother, father, God. Huh? And every ant on this planet, there's an accountability to that one. Every frog, every grain of sand, every leaf on a tree. Huh? So what can you want for it? Unless somebody shortcutted it.
Well, I think one of the things, when people respond to your interview, it's like, bulbs are lighting up. You're waking up minds.
Yeah.
You're making people aware of things in a way that they may have already agreed with it. Maybe they knew some of it. They didn't know all of it.
Yeah, but see, the people who run this ain't worried about it because it's repeat. You can't get it repeat. When you learned your ABCs, it wasn't because you learned it once a month. It's every day. ABC. And a Muslim cousin of mine, I said, Merry Christmas. I don't believe in no white Christmas holiday. I said, anytime Christmas in this country come on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, your bank closed, you participate.
Right. So
when you can't mail a letter, you participate.
So that's the structure.
Yeah.
It's white supremacy or patriarchy?
No,
how would you
it's white supremacy.
Okay.
White supremacy. That's who it is.
Okay.
Supreme. And if I'm not supreme to you, I'll make you think I am. That's how it works. When the World War II ended in Japan and you saw them soldiers putting up the America, that's bullshit, man. AP got there late, so they just went and picked out some soldiers and put there. 2 of them was Indians. All of them went crazy because the lie was too big. All of them was alcoholics. The lie was too big. But you can look at people. When I went downstairs to use the men's room, if I come back and the brother put put some red paint on me, you would react to the red paint. You hear me? You react to the red paint. If we went to some darkest part of Africa today, where nobody's ever been, and carried one of them coffee percolators with us, where you have the water down here, and then it goes up, the coffee come back, all we got to do is have the water down here and some red dye, and we can tell them that's blood, we make blood. Okay? See, that's what ignorance is when you have to depend on something else other than what the real God gave you. And then everything changes. Where America is today is when you hear a baby crying, and because of your ignorance and your program, shut up! The baby, the pen is sticking the baby. Been there for 3 days, and now gangrene done sit in. That's why you know America can't. They react to us, the cops, the same way you act to a child. Shut up! Okay. All right. Huh? But you know something's wrong with the police, man. As a child, no boy that had no connections in the family ever wanted a police car for Christmas. It was always a fire truck. That's before I learned anything about good and bad and nasty and evil. Fire truck. When I was a little boy, I used to, when I hear a siren, I'd say a prayer. Now my prayer is different. When I see the police car, I pray that they and the people they're going to deal with will be safe. That's a hell of a way to interrupt the prayer. You have to say that for fire trucks. You know?
So why are we so targeted? Why are we so targeted by the police? People with dark skin.
Because it's real. It's real. That's like asking a Jew why they talk about Germans, or ask a Christian why they still talking about Christ. 2,000 years later, but they don't want me to talk about it. Talk about Jesus Christ did that 3,000 years ago. Y'all still talking about it, but it's my turn. It's my turn. But I can't talk about it with hatred. See, if you get mad at me, you know, there's a chemical reaction in your body. That's like letting air out your own tire. Don't bother me. But that's what the whole, and then the misinformation. The misinformation.
Such as, well, let's go into some of these Black Lives Matter issues.
Well, Black Lives Matter, one, is the Koch brothers is paying for that, so you have to go into that knowing that's bullshit.
Okay.
That's why it's in Time magazine in 1 month, 3 times cover. See, the thing is this. Jews had a legitimate gripe in Germany when they say Jewish lives matter. Then you come up with some bullshit. Well, so do the Irish, so do the other men. It's the Jews who's being killed. Now, you wasn't talking about, nobody said talk about other lives before we said Black Lives Matter. And it must not matter to somebody because it keeps happening over and over and over. And then white folks realize that one day they better start saying white lives matter. Because when they just busted a major German car manufacturer that tricked the exhaust, and out of that 128 people died, and all they had to do was pay a fine. Nobody had to plead guilty. That's what this is about. When they reduced me down to teaching my black sons that when you see this evil, nigger-hating cop, behave yourself. Anytime you teach a child with your genes that came out your wife's belly to behave for filth, the child believes something wrong with them. I can't believe that you telling me, this is what goes on inside my head. You telling me you know this is a murderer? Let me tell you how it works. There's a whole lots of doctors that get busted for malpractice. You don't hear nobody say all doctors aren't bad. Hey, wait a minute. Whoa. Huh? Whole lots of lawyers lose their life. How come we say, why you got to say all cops are not bad? Because you know they are. You see them. You're in the station with them. You see them. And to be a white cop in America, unless you follow the family tradition, there's something wrong with that. It's too many opportunities for white boys in America to want to be a cop. You didn't like me before you got the gun. Why do you think you don't turn on TV or have white folks on this show to talk about these black cops that shot their brother in the head 44 times? With the thousands of black cops in America, you think cops is better trained or more spiritual? No, then the white folks ain't gonna tolerate it. And so when we get to the point, we're not gonna tolerate it. What does that mean? You get a gun? No, you don't get no gun. All you gotta do is call for a boycott from Thanksgiving to Christmas. 79% of all retail happened during that. Just to threaten them, they stop. You say, well, we want Confederate flags. There's 12 states in America got Confederate flags somewhere in their flags. All you got to do is say, if that's not removed by this weekend, we're calling for black folks and decent white folks not to send none of your athletes to these southern states. That's not why. Because the South don't have no $1 trillion sports industry except colleges. Okay?
So we're not using our economic power.
You don't know, you ain't got no economic power. What economic powers you got, huh? That's bullshit, man. You ain't got no economic powers, huh? Name them. Name the only building of a black company, headquarters is downtown, is Johnny Johnson's, Ebony and Jet. No, in the whole country. There's no other. And he had to get a white boy to fake. And now he lost it. He don't own it no more.
Right, yeah, they had to sell that. They had to sell the photo archives.
Huh?
They had to sell the photo archives as well.
They sold everything, man.
Yeah.
Predominantly.
Yeah.
Okay? So you ain't have nothing in this country, they don't want you to have it. Huh?
Yeah. Well, is that part of the game? Like we can have money, but we can't have wealth as black people?
No, that's tricky language, man. My grandma don't know what you just said. You ain't never had no money. Huh? Let me tell you something, man. If you was a congressperson, all Congress districts get a piece of the defense budget. Every one of them. Now, the top 20 defense budget districts is $19 billion or more. The first 11 is Democratic districts, not Republican. The first two, hear me, 1 or 2 and number 3 is in black districts. Huh? Okay. Number 1, Chicago. I'm sorry, St. Louis. Congressman. Why? McDonnell Douglas. Number 3, the ex-Black Panthers is in Congress from Chicago. What's that? Boeing aircraft. So if you don't know the language, you can't figure it out. And that's what it's about. White ain't a color, it's an attitude. And we don't know nothing about no damn money. Huh? And what money you got, they can take it from you in the morning. Outside of Washington, D.C., there's a huge place they build in that gambling casino. National Harbor. A black man owned all of that. Not just the harbor, that's just 1/10 of the land that he owned. White boy show up one day, say, Mill, we need to talk to you. We got the documents, we're gonna buy your land. Him, don't worry about him, that's narcotics. That's the drugs while you was in the room winking at that waitress. He was putting drugs in your car. So we're fixing to bust you. It's that simple.
And that was Dick Gregory's interview. He dropped a lot of gems. I hope everybody picked him up. And like I said again, shout out to everybody in the chat and everybody that's gonna watch later. Make sure you're manifesting your reality. And I love you guys. Feathers up, tribe up, wise up, rise.
Fuck you. Fuck the plane you flew in on. Fuck them shoes, fuck those socks with the bell on it. Fuck your gay ass fairy faggot accent. Fuck them cheap ass cigars. Fuck your yuck mouth teeth. Fuck your hairpiece. Fuck your chocolate. Fuck Guy Ritchie. Fuck Prince William. Fuck the Queen. This is America.
Perfect.